Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the Starline by author, comedian, musician, actor, radio host, and podcaster. On tour with Tenacious D, the man who once pranked a homeless shelter by drinking apple juice. Don't ask. His latest book is The Awesome Game. We welcome the pride of St. Ignatius Prep School, Dave Hill.
Oh, man. Wow, you've done your research. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
As a warrior, I feel solidarity, but I digress.
Oh, my gosh. You're from Fairview. Amazing.
Dave, let's go beyond the mic. In The Awesome Game, you discuss talking to Russian hockey stars at 10, skating with the Kenya Ice Lions, and watching hockey in Finland. What makes a hockey game so exhilarating for you?
I mean, it's really... it's the only sport that's really done it to me. I mean, you could hook me up to like a heart monitor and make me watch any other sport, like the Super Bowl, the final minutes, and no reaction. But hockey, something about it. I mean, I think it's a metaphor for life, where like chaos and control and teamwork and persistence and chance. It's a ballet on ice. It's amazing. The players have some amazing hair historically. The hockey sweaters or jerseys, as I said, I would call them for the lay person. All of it's amazing, and I just love the whole thing. And writing the book, it was awesome traveling the world and connecting with people who love it as much as I do. And I hope that the hockey fans enjoy the book, but I hope that people that absolutely hate hockey still enjoy the book and go, you know what? I'll give it a chance.
Amazing that someone paid you to write it.
I know, as my career is in many ways is one big scam, really. But but no, that was part of the thing. With my career, I've been lucky enough to do so many of the things that I love as part of my job. With comedy, music, and writing and things like that. But hockey is the one. I think I knew by about 13 years old that this wasn't going to work out. I wasn't going to make it to the NHL. So this part of this book was really revisiting or, kind of reconnecting with hockey and trying to take a deep dive and kind of live out some fantasies. And so I did. I got to talk to a lot of people players that I idolized growing up, idolized and was terrified of, and talk to them now. And if you listen to those recordings, people like Slava Fetisov and Brian Trottier and Len Frigg. I sound like Chris Farley talking to Paul McCartney, but it was amazing to. I stood on Brian Trottier from the New York Islanders, the Stanley Cup dynasty of the '80s. I went and he lived on the street from my cousins, and I went and stood on his front lawn when I was a kid and waited for him to come outside, and he finally did. And so I tracked him down again and talked to him for this book. He pretended not to remember.
We know the truth.
Yeah, we know the truth.
Author of The Awesome Game, Dave Hill, joins us beyond the mic. And Dave, it's time for the Rockin'-ade. 8 random questions, answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no pressure.
Whoa.
Now, the most important hockey question of all time. Was Brett Hull's foot in the crease?
No. Why would you suggest such a thing?
I had to. First guitar you ever owned, did you still have it?
It was a vintage guitar, kind of a Strat copy, sort of, not quite, but bought at Academy Music in South Euclid, Ohio. And it was like one of 2 guitars. It was a store. Yeah, but I sold it to my friend Jim, and I think he recently sold it. So it's out there in the wild now. But probably, worth millions, as you can imagine.
Trillions.
Yeah.
If you could skate with one team for one practice, which NHL team would it be?
Oh, probably the Rangers, because they're right up the street. It would be the easiest. Although they practice in Rye, one of the things I learned from this book. But yeah, probably the Rangers. I am a lover of the game, but I don't know. Now I got to say, Montreal Canadiens, I know it's crazy to just jump around and throw teams' names around all willy-nilly like that, but the Canadiens, the most Stanley Cups and such an amazing history. It would be amazing to skate with the Canadiens.
Which hockey sweater is your holy grail?
Of all time or just NHL? That I don't have already. Ooh. Man, I have most of the really great ones. Gosh, I have to think about that because I have Probably. Oh, you know what? I would say Sweden, the Rogel BK jersey. I think in the Swedish Pro Hockey League there, that jersey is really awesome. It's kind of looks pretty inspired by the Oilers jersey. The logo's eerily similar, but somehow also cooler. I would like that. And I've tried to order, and I want to just go there. Because, this happened with the book.
Well, it costs $70 to ship.
Yeah, the shipping, forget it. So I just went to Finland to get one of my favorite jerseys, Tamper Ilves. So, but the same thing, I tried to order the Rogel BK jersey online, and it doesn't let you do it for some reason. Maybe I'm using the wrong browser, but I'll probably just have to go there.
Dave, when you played, what penalty did you get called the most for?
Probably like hooking or something,
Not a shock there. What's your best memories from Fordham University?
Oh, gosh, that I can talk about. Favorite memory of Fordham? Probably going to Pugsley Pizza, still my favorite pizza place in New York. My first band, Sons of Elvis, played in the basement, and those were some of the funnest times of my life, yeah.
How about your favorite wine of all time?
Favorite wine? My friend Riyadh has a couple great restaurants, Frenched and Le Rock here in New York, and they have I'm not a wine snob, but I'm going to sound like a wine snob. I really don't know much at all. But they have biodynamic wine that's really funky, and basically whatever they pour me there, I'm like, this is amazing. Bring it on.
Other than your Cleveland Monsters, what's the best hockey game you've ever seen live?
Best, I would say GKS Katowice against Krakow, Polish Hockey League, that was the craziest. Just the whole experience. Polish hockey fans are completely unhinged. I didn't feel safe. They go nuts. Like even there'd be the first period break. They're screaming, chanting like it's the final 30 seconds of a tie game in the Stanley Cup. It's insane.
It's time for One Big Question with the pride of St. Ignatius Prep School, author of The Awesome Game, Dave Hill, be on the mic. Dave, how did Joe Franklin influence you as a writer, comedian, and author?
Oh my gosh, these are amazing questions, by the way. Joe Franklin, sort of similar to being able to getting a cable TV and finally being able to see hockey games as a kid in Cleveland. We got the Joe Franklin show, and I was just amazed. And I mean, truly, for anyone listening, I would say go on YouTube and watch Joe Franklin interviewing King Diamond. It's basically why television was invented. It's insane. But I think just his curiosity and willingness to talk to every person in front of him, he would speak, at least, on his show. And I knew him personally. He was a very kind, curious man. And I like that he was that way with everyone on his show. Like there would be King Diamond, and then there would be Lucille Ball, and he would talk to them both with the same intensity and interest, So I think that was cool.
He always got called for hooking, would love to skate with either the Rangers or Montreal, and is insulted by anyone who thinks that Brett Hull's skate was in the crease. His book is The Awesome Game. Dave Hill, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you, Sean.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut.